G'day guys, today we're going to be installing an airbag kit to the rear of this Mitsubishi Pajero Sport.
The customer is setting up his vehicle in preparation for towing. The weight of the trailer and gear in the back is going to push the rear end down and cause spring sag.
These airbags will solve that spring sag problem and level the vehicle simply by inflating the airbags.
Installation time is around 2 hours.
But we're going to be installing it in 2 to 3 minutes just for you, aren't we, Benny?
Yep.
Let's do it. Your Airbag Man suspension comes in complete kit form. If you have the high pressure kit, you will be supplied with Airbag Man's unique high pressure sleeves. It is recommended to slide the sleeves over the airbags before inserting into the coil springs. It is recommended that only a properly qualified person installs the product and carries out maintenance. If you are not qualified and attempt to carry out such work, ensure that all safety equipment is used and safety standards are met.
Every Airbag Man kit comes with an installation instruction. Make sure this is read through thoroughly before installing the kit. The airbag fits inside the coil spring, but first of all we need to remove the coils, override bumpers and drill out the top spring seat hole. Let's show you how it's done.
Unbolting the lower shock mount and using coil compressors will allow the coil to easily drop out once the suspension is extended. Make sure the brake lines are not overextending during this process. The jounce bumper is removed by simply unbolting using an extended ratchet. The existing bolt hole will need to be drilled to 19mm, passing through 2 layers of metal so the airline can be routed through comfortably and move freely with the suspension's articulation. A hole saw can also be used for this step. Using a file will take away any sharp edges. Before the coil is reinstalled, insert the airbag into the coil spring. Add the protector sleeve to the airline. Cut the airline cleanly with either a sharp Stanley knife or tube cutter. Insert the airline securely into the push-to-connect fitting of the airbag and place the protector spacer with the countersunk hole facing the fitting. This is also a good opportunity to leak test the airline connection to the airbag before reinstalling the coil spring, as it may be difficult to leak test once the coil is back in position. Ensure the inflation valve is connected to the other end of the airline and the airbag is inflated before doing so. Now that the airline is connected to the airbag, route the airline through the previously drilled spring seat and place the coil spring back into its original position. Lowering the chassis will allow you to safely remove the coil compressors from the coil springs. Locate the shock back into its lower shock mount position and tighten using a torque wrench. Using the supplied cable ties, route the airline away from any sharp edges and heat to the rear of the vehicle where you have mounted the inflation valves. Cut the tubing cleanly and insert into the back of the inflation valves. The airbags are inflated and leak tested using soapy water in a spray bottle. The airbag fitting at the top and the inflation valves need to be sprayed. To prevent any heat damage from occurring, simply mount the supplied heat shield in between the exhaust and the airbag, shaping the heat shield around the exhaust to suit. Now that everything is in place and leak tested, it is now time to refer back to your installation instructions for the minimum and maximum pressures. By inflating your airbags, this will give the adjustability you need to level your vehicle and eliminate spring sag when towing or carrying load. Now you can enjoy leveling control and many other benefits with your Airbag Man suspension. There we go guys, thanks for watching. Now remember, bag it with the best.